Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Politically Correct Ghana lesson 258. And today's discussion is agriculture in Ghana. Advice. Just an advice for the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and the Agric Minister, will be Agric Minister. Today is the 11th of January 2025. And this advice is this simple. We know that the President is into agriculture, he's a farmer. However, when we look at the agric ecology of the country, each region can give some part of its land as a land bank for farming. So we have 16 regions, so we can have 16 land banks. The northern belt, the upper regions and co can do the yam farming, cassava farming, sweet potato farming, the rice, the plantain, and all other regions can follow in that suit. But we have to develop a plan, a very clear plan. Peasant farmers are doing their best, but now the state has to organize itself and run state farms, bring back the state farms. And that's what we call the Ghana Food Distribution Corporation. That's at the retail end. Okay, let's look at the state farms concept well. As far as I'm concerned, it is possible that each region can give out some part of its land as a land bank. So we can have 16 land banks in all the whole country. And what will it be used for? It's for state farms, where the state now, the agric minister, will then have to hire the military officers as workers of the state farms. They are given equipment to farm, and each state farm under each region must grow food crop and then cash crop. So you are planting to eat and export. Take note, the agric ministry is going to use the cash crop to feed as the financial base of the food crops, so that in 4 or 5 years it wins its off government budget. The cash crop is going to make the agric ministry to win itself off government budget. So then when you take cassava, for an instance, we're producing 21 million tons of cassava a year. Meanwhile, the cost of cassava is high. So with all this land bank in all 16 regions, it can be planned such that we can then produce about 50 million. Cassava takes 6 months to grow or to mature, gestation period. And then you can start harvesting 6 months to a year, and then you can start harvesting. So in a year, technically, you can produce about 50 million tons of cassava. Meaning that if the price of cassava is now 10 cedis, it's going to come down maybe to about 50 pesos. Then we can decide to export some for other purposes. Yam, and how much are we producing at all of yam? We are producing only 7.8 million tons. So with this state farms concept, we can produce about 25 million in a year, because yam takes about a year to grow. The cash crop that will be alongside in each of the regional the land banks would be, saffron. Saffron grows a lot all over the country, and it's a very expensive, high-priced spice. That's one of them. You could go for coffee, 4 or 5 years. You could go for cocoa, which is Ghana is known for. So then we have so much. For as long as the government decides to go for land banks and reintroduce the state farms, where the military officers are now used to work in the farms because they are paid already. So you don't pay them for working in the farms. You just redirect their remits, and that's all. Then we can produce a lot. Store in our silos. We have to rehabilitate the Nkrumah silos that are in Tema and then in Accra, somewhere in Kaneshi thereabouts, for storage. We can even have the Chinese come in to build more modern silos that will take millions of metric tons of maize and other, and will protect at good temperature, a suitable temperature rather. That way we are heading somewhere. We know that in a year, food prices can come down. Once food prices come down about a fourth or a fifth, and it's maintained at that low price, the country is fine and is good. This issue of inflation and coal will be a thing of the past. We will not even know what the digits are, because it will become irrelevant. The name is H. Kwame Afaglo. Please, whoever the agric minister is, if it's Eric Opoku, this is just an advice, a recommendation. Thank you.